Hello friends, this is Dr. Saikia. I'm a faculty of Political Science and International Relations. I'll be discussing with you some of the very basic concepts of political theory. And today, what we are going to discuss is about the state. The English word state comes from the Latin word status, which means condition or circumstances. The great Greek philosopher Aristotle regarded state as both a natural and necessary institution. The word state was first used by Italian philosopher Niccolo Machiavelli in his book The Prince. Now we'll pick up one of a very famous definition on state. James Garner, a political scientist, who had given a very apt definition of state. Let us go ahead with the definition. He said, the state is a concept of political science and public law is a community of persons, more or less numerous, permanently occupying a definite territory, independently or nearly so, of external control and possessing an organized government to which the great body of inhabitants render habitual obedience. Right. His definition has indeed highlighted four main features of the state. Right. And first of all, as per this definition, the first characteristic that we find is population. We cannot think of a state without population, but there is no fixed number of people that are supposed to stay within a particular state. It varies, state to state, right? However, Greek philosopher Plato advocated that there should be 5,040 people in a state. But Aristotle differed. He said that population of a state should be neither too less nor too big. Again, French philosopher Rousseau said that there should be 10,000 people in a state. So this is how the very concept of population varies from state to state. But today modern states like China, India, we have billion plus population. Some states like, very small states like Seychelles, island states like Seychelles or Maldives have very less population. Right. So second characteristics, let us discuss about territory. A modern state has a fixed territory. And within that fixed territory, the state has to function, the state has to manage its all activities. So territory is second most important character in a state. Without territory, no state can, exist. Every state has its own territory, demarcated territory across the world. Even in the seas and oceans, state has their own share of territories. Next important character of a state is government. It is the administrative machinery through which the state carries out its activities. In ancient times or in medieval times, in pre-modern times, the state's main activity was to, the government's main activity was to manage the law and order situation. But with the evolution of state and its activities, the government's activities have expanded. Today, much more in the law and order situation, state has to take care of welfare activities and many other activities, even up till this space. Right. So, state has numerous activities which are, carried out by the government today. And the last characteristic of a state is sovereignty. It is the most important aspect of a state. This is only assigned to the state. No other organization in society has sovereignty. It is the supreme power of the state which distinguishes it from the rest of the organizations in any society. The most important character is that it regulates all within the state, whether it's population, whether it's living and non-living beings. So sovereignty is the hallmark of an independent state. Without sovereignty, a state cannot be an independent state. Right? A state maintains its internal sovereignty as well as its external sovereignty. Right? Besides all these four features of state, we have another two things that are very crucial for the existence of a state. Number one is that recognition of a state by other states. A state has to be recognized by other states. But today there are examples of states which are recognized by very few other states, like North Korea, right? Once the Taliban regime that existed in Afghanistan, there are some other countries which were hardly recognized by one or two states. But this is one of the essential characteristics of a modern state, that it should be recognized by its fellow states. Second one is that membership of the UN. Membership of the United Nations is though not considered must, but it is one of the essential hallmark of a modern state. United Nations was established on 24 October 1945. Today, almost more than 190 nations are members of the United Nations. It's a committee of nations. So all the states need to be its members. So friends, a state has four traditional characteristics. Beyond that, we can see the recognition of the state by another state and its membership at the UN are very, very essential. It's a very basic concept of political science. So friends, I will be talking about and discussing with you some of these very basic concepts of political science in the coming days. So please keep watching my videos and giving me feedback. Thank you and have a nice day.